And yet again, another truly amazing episode of Attack on Titan, episode 24. We're winding down. One more episode after this one, but I gotta say, there was just so much intensity with this episode and so much tension, and it truly just was, again, a remarkable episode. So you could pretty much feel the jealousy coming off of Mikasa when she could tell that Eren couldn't turn into Titan form because he knew it was Annie and he had some sort of feeling for her. You could see when she had that rape face, "You like Annie?" Anyone could feel the tension. And when he couldn't go Titan form and he was just biting himself just immediately, that scene right there was just done so freaking crazy because it's like he's just chewing on his hand and blood is coming everywhere. The gore that they put in this episode as well. They hold no bars when it comes to the gore in Attack on Titan, and in this episode nonetheless, he's chowing down on his hand, trying to turn into Titan form. And that really, once again, shows there's limits to the Titan form. It's possibly controlled very heavily by your emotions because he couldn't get himself to believe, like, oh my god, this is really Annie. And his feelings were getting in the way of him turning into Titan form. So it definitely displays more of, this is more of a mental thing going into Titan form. Remember, you got to focus on your objective, but if something is clouding your judgment, then it immediately can become a roadblock for you turning into Titan form. And this episode clearly displayed that. Titan form, becoming a Titan, if you're a shifter, the emotions and your mental state is very important in the transformation. And if there's something blocking it, you ain't going to be able to go. And this episode just, it was such a tense episode. Will he be able to get through it? This episode definitely displayed as well Annie still having some sort of feeling for Armin, because even when Armin is like, you better kill me now, she has this shocked look. Even in her female Titan form, she looks like, I don't really want to do anything. Maybe she does have a crush on him or something, but this episode definitely displayed that as well. It's just, she does have feelings. She's not just an absolute monster. There are some motives behind all of this. Now, getting a little bit more on the whole Marco thing as well, it's possible that Marco might have known a little bit more than everyone knows, because at the very least, maybe he found out about Annie at some given point. Maybe Annie killed him because maybe he was onto her. Maybe he knew that she was a Titan and he was possibly either going to turn her in, or maybe he was going to do something and she was like, I can't let this go down. So she killed him and took his maneuver gear and kept it rolling, which, if that's the case, that's even more twisted. And he's been doing some fucked up shit for a long time. But depending on what Marco knew, that really brought a lot of questions as well. It's like, how long did Marco know? If he did know about Annie, if, you know, if that's the case, then did he know, like, the full extent of her becoming a Titan? Did he know, you know, what was his whole intentions in it? Was it that he liked her and he didn't tell on her? Was it he was about to? That really brings up a lot of questions. And this episode also displays the craziness of Annie, because even though she's trying to capture Eren, she pretty much just bashes down on the walls and shit, just hoping, well, I hope I don't kill him. But she's definitely has some sort of possible split personality to her as well, because you can tell that she has her feelings for people like Armin and possibly Eren and the others as well. She has some sort of liking to them, but when she's just in her mission mode, I guess, she just pretty much is like, no, I gotta do everything at all costs. And she's just like, well, I hope I don't kill him, but if not, whatever. And then she kills 2 more soldiers. R.I.P. no names. I like how they mix a little bit of flashback within everything, so it kind of leads up to Eren's character and seeing how he pretty much got in this bind of not being able to do so. I think it would have been a better thing, if anything, if they held back on telling Eren that Annie was the female Titan until he got into his Titan form. I think that would have been better. That way he wouldn't have had this obstacle to overcome. But then again, they didn't know that he would have this problem, so I guess this is trial and error. But it definitely would have been better if they would have waited a bit to tell him, because that way he wouldn't feel like this is Annie. He wouldn't have any problem holding back. It wasn't until he really saw Mikasa, Armin, all of them in danger that he was like, yo, I gotta go through all this. Which, by the way, did you see those berserk rape faces when he was going into Titan form? That shit was insane! So they did a good job on that part as well. And like I said, this episode was just downright masterpiece. Erwin and Levi stuff, it really shows how fucked up the kingdom is. It's like, nah, you don't send nobody. The kingdom, we're supposed to just be a part of the kingdom. You're not supposed to do stuff. So it clearly just shows how corrupt the government is. I mean, this whole entire series has really just been hinting at how fucked up the government is. I mean, they don't even care there's a Titan destroying shit, and it's like, no, that's against the orders. We're supposed to just stand back and watch over the kingdom. And they're a bunch of pussies. There's a giant Titan fucking killing everyone, and no, we're not supposed to do anything. Even Levi decides to fucking stand up and say, yo, what's going on? What are you doing? So very interesting setup there as well. Erwin's gonna pretty much become some sort of outlaw and disrespect them, or are they gonna listen to Erwin and Levi? Definitely a good setup with that as well. Overall episode, nothing to complain about. Animation was sexy as ever. The faces that they made, they even went a bit creative with the faces when they had Eren looking all crazy when he was going in Titan form. The drawings, the art style took a different twist and turn. and it was just freaking phenomenal. 10 out of 10, baby. Oh yeah. Only one more episode to go, and I'm so sad that we're coming to an end because this anime right now is just off the fucking chain. Let me know what you think. Is Eren gonna finally be able to put Annie down once and for all? Are they gonna capture her? Are they gonna kill her? What the hell is Erwin and Levi gonna be able to do to get out of that situation? Because it looks like they're not putting their guns down. It's like, we're pussies and we're not letting you pass. And did you feel that Mikasa jealousy? Even amongst everything, you could totally tell that she's still, no, Eren. And someone say Eren Tard? Just saying. That's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you're sad, but at the same time excited for the final episode of Attack on Titan. At least season 1. Hopefully there's a season 2, but one more episode to go, and with episodes like this, how can you complain about anything with the series? It was fucking incredible. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. You like Annie?